Yes, but we didn't do a massive amount last time.
No, you didn't do a massive amount last time.
Before you start, bards do naturally get speak with animals.
Okay, good.
Stop using your obscene breath weapon.
You want to see how obscene it is?
I know how obscene it is.
Yeah. Right. So after Dimblem and Hattie took one of the quests offered to help one of the great. Is it a spirit? Can we call it a spirit? Is the stag a spirit?
Get my notebook out.
Technically, it's
Yeah.
Well, you can call it a spirit, but technically, it's kind of like a primordial, or you can call it a nature spirit. Yeah, call it a nature spirit. That works.
The nature spirit of a stag that had been corrupted by something in the area. They cleansed it from corruption, and by holding it down and removing curse on it. This returned the area back to a tranquil spring, where Hattie and Dimblem sat down to relax a little, until Trix came along and just checked upon what was happening.
My brain autofilled that and just fucked everything up. No.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar.
Yes, and seeing as we basically told her that we came and befriended this lovely stag, and now he will want to help us in our fight whenever that happens. She was like, "Oh, fun," and then we kind of left back to the druid circle. And as a reward for completing this quest, we got to choose from a list of spells. And we chose, let me find the spell here, Glacial Rift. And after getting the Glacial Rift, we all went outside and spoke the incantation for it to see how it looked. And upon the first glance, no one would have thought this was the same spell if they were to look at the effect of each one of us casting it. Because they look very different. Seeing as we do magic very different, the three of us.
Yes.
But no matter, it was a fun little try, and Hattie was the only one that pulled it off at the first try, because Trix and Dimlim didn't fulfill the incantation the first try. And it looked very... I would say it looked epic. I liked the way it looked. I liked the way it was described. After that, we went back into the Druid Circle and asked for more quests. We got told about some dwarves that needed our help, and we got a general direction to go. The only issue is, if we want to get there fast enough, we kind of have to fly, and flying up here makes us a target for the big bad skeletal dragon bitch. And in order to kind of negate that, Dimlim draped himself over as a tactical camouflage carpet. As Hattie flies over, Dimlim is flying over her again. So from an aerial point of view, you will not see that there is a dragon flying there because Dimblem is nanobotting the surroundings under.
This is such a D&D solution. That's all I'm saying.
It really is.
This is military tactics.
No. This is fantasy tactics. There's no military precision in this.
Yes, this is fantasy military tactics.
Don't want to be seen. Hey, I'll cloak myself as the sky and the ground, and you go underneath me. What?
And then we fly at approximately the same speeds.
Actually, yeah, we do.
Yep.
So this is perfect.
Jesus.
Might work.
I mean, I rolled a 31 for stealth.
Nice.
I can roll again if you want me to.
No.
I think 31's about the worst you can do, yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 33 this time. I can technically roll a 20 as my
It would
worst.
be unlikely,
We
given the
don't need it,
modifiers.
okay? It's fine as
don't-
it is.
I
I've
don't
suffered
get
enough
to
with the
use.
31.
I don't
do
get to
lose-
use my stealth too much.
I do
No, you
loosely
don't.
remember this scenario happening.
I loosely
most of-
remember this insanity.
Yes. But you are right. Most of the time, you just use your stealth for various gags. You're like,
Yeah,
it's
I
never used
fade into
seriously,
the
is it?
Ether
No.
with a 39 stealth.
You
Nobody
turn
can
round
see
and
me.
Dimblem's gone. What? Where is he?
No, he just stands there, but he's gone. He's
like
not
those,
up to
his-
any shenanigans. He's just
Your
not
nanobots
there.
just shift and direct the light, and it just passes through you.
Mm-hmm.
You're a series of tiny mirrors.
He's like that shield that bends light and you become invisible behind it.
Yes. I also
Those are
got
actually
to
fascinating
know.
technologies.
I also got to know what one of my things do. The coil memory spark.
Ah.
That gave me something. That gave me a spell. Echo of the first song.
Yeah, I also loosely remember this.
It's somewhere in there, isn't it?
Somewhere. It's been a little while.
It's somewhere in there. It does something. Where did I put that? I know I put it somewhere. Echo of the first song. All enemies within 120 feet must succeed a DC 22 wisdom save or regress into primal fear, losing language, higher thought, and tactical coordination. They act as beasts for 1 minute. So just pacify any caster ever.
Yeah, kind of. For a minute, that would be just no somatic casting, I would assume.
Yes. It
Innate
regress-
casting, like a sorcerer or such, would probably still work because that's just like you feel the thing and it happens.
But you still have to speak.
Some spells, yes.
Some of them, yeah.
Yes.
Now, I just had a terrifying thought with that. Because often my brain drifts to Hattie. So yeah, imagine it Hattie just going feral. Basically.
Sorry.
Just think about that for a minute.
I mean, this specifies enemies, but yes.
I know, but you know what I mean.
I mean, a feral dragon is always scary. A feral dragon
sure
that
which is-
wields the power of death.
And life.
But like even a dragon, if you took away their magic, it would still be they're still a dragon.
Is still very menacing.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think you need to speak for your breath weapon.
Correct. Breath weapons you don't have to speak for. That you would still have.
Unless it's a spell, the breath, because Dragon's Breath is technically a spell as well.
The spell Dragon's Breath, yes.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I should see if I can figure out how to get that one.
Yeah, more wine.
Just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of having multiple breath weapons.
You do not need more
Okay.
breast weapons. You're already a fucking dragon.
Oh, I know.
Oh, what if I... Oh, this would be so fun. If I
Thank you, Bean.
did...
That's okay, Bean.
Okay, if I was just kind of holding myself under Hattie's jaw and
I'm
pointing
concerned
out
where this is going.
because my silver fire can look like a breath weapon. So if I successfully stealth under Hattie while she does her breath weapon, and I do the same thing.
Combined actions, okay.
Combined
Yep.
action, would
Because-
that just be very terrifying?
Well, I allow combined action, remember, because initiative runs in them and us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
not
we
sure
doing
how mechanically that would work, though. I'm going to be honest with you. One would probably cancel
Yeah.
out the other.
No, because I'm just under her, and then doing the same
Just
motion.
appears to just go underneath almost.
Yes.
Technically, it works.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. Considering the range of your breath weapon. Travis's
Yeah.
breath weapon range isn't that horrifying. Yours is
My-
terrifying.
Mine is.
Oh, I don't know.
400
Actually, yours is
feet.
more than I thought it is. Usually is, isn't it? Yours is
Mine
higher than
is-
normal dragons.
Mine has been updated, yes. Let me see if I can get her actual...
Because Hattie is
let
a
me pull up
working
her-
is a working document.
current status.
Uh.
I just accidentally moved the window instead, and now everything is slightly off. No, I didn't want it to be full screen. I just wanted it to be small where I wanted it to. Never mind. Her breath weapon range. I'm trying to find her breath weapon.
While you try that, I'll run getting
A
it.
90-foot cone.
Okay.
Yes, it still doesn't touch.
Which, yeah, I was gonna say, I think Dimblim still wins by a long shot, but 90 feet
Yeah.
is still nothing to sneeze at.
No, especially with dragons, considering 60 feet is normal.
Yes.
30 feet is normal for like a normal like. younger
Yeah,
dragon.
for a
You are a
dragon
large
ball.
dragon now, though. You are large now, though. At
Yeah.
least.
60
for-
for somebody of my size.
I think 30 for Dragonborn, 60 for a sized dragon, and
Dragonborn are 15, I believe.
Yeah,
Are
dragon
they
born are 15. Yeah.
Yeah, 30
okay.
is like a
Either
young
15
dragon
or 20.
or
It might be 20.
some of the adult dragons.
Yeah.
You know, I
Oh.
think it's a 15-foot cone or a 30-foot line, depending on the type of dragonborn you are.
Oh yes, because if you're a blue dragon, you get a lion
Yeah.
because of lightning breath. And then
Yeah.
ancient dragons get it differently and such.
I think
No one's
ancient
really
dragons
gone
have,
past. Yeah, they have 90.
have
I
90
think.
feet, don't they?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you can technically go past it, but law doesn't accept that dragons get that old and develop past ancient, which lots
Yeah,
of them
there's-
actually do.
They can.
mean-
there is just
Oh, great
they are
worms!
named-
They are great
yeah.
worms. Yeah, but they don't really have a different stat block apart from their independent ones.
yeah. I was gonna say I don't think they have like a generic stat block just because like there's not a class of great worms. There are a handful of them,
Yeah,
so each one is documented.
and then you get primordial dragons, which technically class as primordial, so don't have the same
Mhm.
effects. Also not
They
accepted
just
by
kinda-
law, but accepted by my law.
Very
Lots of
fair.
things are accepted by my law, but not accepted by normal law.
Very
Mm.
fair.
Like the whole Cass debate, I disagree with it still, and I won't ever change my mind. Cass is the
Which
first
part?
vampire, not Strahd.
Mm.
Because he took the
Uh-huh.
dark gift to stop Vecna. He is the first vampire and will always be the first vampire.
Sure. I'm not versed in vampire law, so I don't know.
I
Yeah,
ran
same.
Curse of Strahd, didn't I? So I know the difference. And I am fucking old with D&D.
Oh yeah, no. I think we both trust you. We just don't know enough to say one way or the other.
Wizard of the Coast have retconned it a couple of times. Recently, though, because
Okay.
of the new re-release of Strahd Renewed, you know, the new version of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Strahd Renewed, they made Strahd the first vampire from the Dark Powers.
Okay, okay.
When originally in canon, Cass is the first vampire because he took the Dark Power to stop Vecna taking control and then kill Vecna. But then he was cursed with his vampirism to live forever in case Vecna returned. Which he did. Because
Interesting.
Cass betrayed Vecna because he was his general. That's why Vecna hates Cass so much.
Oh,
Because Cass
would
was
make
his
sense.
closest friend.
that would make sense.
I know way too
Why
much
would
about
you
this random
betray
obscure
your
lore.
closest friend?
No, he was like everything to him, but he realised what Vecna actually was and was going to
Yes.
become. And it was unholy and everything.
Yeah.
Yes, then
It
he
went beyond
joined
just
the
conquest to
unholy.
like universal domination.
Yeah. And the lives he was willing to take, Cass was not okay with. And the powers he was
Yeah.
willing to consort with, he was not fine with. No one's ever quite sure where he got them from. It's technically the dark powers that gave the same thing to Strahd, but older. Because there are powers in D&D that no one really quite understands.
Light
So
emblem.
something probably outside of the
Yeah.
known spectrum.
What was at that point considered an outsider, so something not in this realm.
Yeah.
Outsiders
Sort
aren't
of
really a
along
thing
the same
anymore.
lines mechanically as a warlock's patron, but
Yeah.
bigger.
Like a great old one, but it's not a great old one.
Yeah, it's not that type of warlock, but it is sort of the same loose mechanic system of something granted you power.
Yeah, like the dark gifts in the Amber Temple in Curse of Strahd. The things trapped in the amber. Because I know you played that once, you know that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know it inside and out though.
We did do the Amber Temple, though.
I don't know
'Cause
if I was there for the Amber.
I
Temple,
always
but
do the
I'm
Amber
loosely
Temple.
aware of it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
wait.
Lars, we got sidetracked.
Yes.
So, yes, you were flying, trying to be undercover. No, we weren't sidetracked.
I have done my I've done
Okay.
my
Question.
recap.
Wonderful recap for one thing. Have inspiration for that alone. Because
Thank
you
you.
remembered very many details. Query, though. Do you remember which quest you are currently going after? I do, if you don't, but
The
I'm asking you.
dwarves in the mountain.
The Icebound Forge.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking, but it's been a while for me, so I'm glad for the recap.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
why I was checking as well that you did actually know.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was the dwarves that was calling for help.
Okay.
I believe
And
it was
Hattie
several
meaning
days
it-
on foot.
Yeah, Hattie meaning it was very urgent because dwarves are a proud people that don't ask for help, and when they do, shit's gone off the rails.
Lars, can you remind Lars and Travis actually? Actually, no, we'll go with Travis because Travis I think is slightly slower. What's your flying speed?
We actually have the same flying speed. My flying speed is 80
Is it
or
one?
90?
Yes.
Excuse me, 120.
120. I thought it was 120. Okay.
I would be flying at whatever the
Mach
maximum
5.
is. I would not outpace Lars.
You're flying at Mach
Or
5
Diblet.
then.
Yes, my
It's 120.
speed is 80.
Is it?
The
Yes, walking,
The,
flying, whatever. All my speeds are 80.
So you would also be traveling at 80 then?
Yes.
HD-20 has a cruising speed of 784 miles per
But
hour
the
in attack
speed-
configuration, and in stealth mode, it has a slightly lower speed of 690 miles per hour. No,
Seeing as we can
You see,
dash
you pull it off
twice.
because the American twang in your voice. You can pull off like the NASA kind of style announcement, which is kind of what that was.
But seeing as we
I
can
just sound
dash
like I'm
twice.
declaring war on someone, like I'm Churchill.
that's fair.
It's a very different feeling.
So yeah, I'll be following with Dimblim. My brain is still getting things straightened out. Flying with Dimblim, so we'd be doing 80.
So I'm going to say the travel time is half then, because 80 feet, it's not... I'm going to halve it because it's not quite half, but because 30 feet is accepted as normal walking speed, so therefore the walking time would be 3 days for someone with 30 feet. If you're travelling at 80 feet, I'm going to half it, for the sake of
Yeah,
simplicity.
but if we can dash twice in an action,
Yeah, true.
that's
but you can't constantly do that. It will be
I'm a
if you are
machine.
going to do that, you will take exhaustion. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, fair. That's kind of fair. I'm not gonna exhaust myself going over there, but I'm going to travel as fast as I can without exhausting me or
With-
Hattie.
Two things. With Dimblin being capable of, at least mechanically speaking, capable of dashing a lot more, we could probably maintain the 120 flight speed that I have pretty comfortably. I'm
Yes.
immune to exhaustion, so don't worry about me.
Yeah, because you are immune to exhaustion.
Because I
Yeah.
am...
Something
we-
that every player always wants to say. I'm immune to exhaustion. The one
Yeah.
thing the DM throws when nothing else hits you.
Yeah.
Oh, I also. This is a long time ago. Now it's my turn to have a side tangent.
Oh, okay.
You know the annoying trope of, oh, I have night vision, dark vision.
You have everything vision, yes.
Yes, just have the puzzle be in colors.
Because you're colorblind.
Yeah, no, because dark vision means you see in grays, whites, and blacks.
Yep.
Which is
So
ironic
if
for
the
you.
puzzle is color coded,
I-
you still need a torch or a light source.
I once saw a comic based around that idea. It was just like, it was like a 4-panel, and it was like, quick, stab the red golem with the red sword and the blue golem with the blue sword, and then you just cut to the main character who's a like a dog-faced kobold, the old kobolds, holding
Oh,
two
yes.
swords that are just both blue, and he just goes, I don't know which one's which, or something like that. I don't remember the punchline, but like that was the entire. It was great. If I find
No,
it,
I
I'll
love
send it
that.
you guys this way.
Yeah, please do. I love that. Make the whole party colorblind, then have a color-based puzzle.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find it while we're chatting and figuring things out.
Yeah. You're traveling over, so the world opens wide and white. Snow stretches. Let me retry that one. Snow stretches past sight. The wind pulls at your cloaks like jealous fingers. Every breath burns cold. But the trail still
Jealous
lies ahead,
fingers?
faint as scars beneath the snow. Right, I'm... which one should I go with?
The left one.
The left one. There isn't a left one. We can't keep going left, Lars.
We can always go left. Damn
Everything
it.
we do in Soul Mask in a dungeon, go left, go left, go left. Always
The
stay left.
Left is always the right answer.
It wasn't earlier when you said the right.
That was the answer we had left.
I went to the left. It just happened to be north, but I went to the left.
No. Not. Yeah, no, never mind. We're not breaking that up yet.
Which one do I fancy being an asshole about? See, no, two of you are too good at those. Hattie, can I have a survival roll?
Yes, give me a second because I found the comic.
Dimblin Constitution save,
Okay.
please.
Oh, it's a 19. I might
Of course
actually
it is.
fail this one.
You think you just
They're
have every
sensitive.
belief that I have a separate set of DCs on this wall for Dimblum, don't you?
I
If it's a 15 for everyone else, it's a 25 for Dimblum. If it's a 10 for everyone else, it's a 30
at
for
this
Dimblum.
point in time, I feel like it is.
I have done that to players before when they got too overpowered. I have increased their DC for one player to be an asshole.
I'm
It
trying to
is a
remember if I have any
very-
kind of advantage.
It's a
in
nightmare
this-
for me.
No, but I don't think I do. Because I'm not a ranger.
So,
I think this is just, it's where I live. But
Dimblum,
it's
you
not.
manage to resist the thin air and the frostbite as the icicles drip, form upon your carapace.
Do I have a carapace? Am I a bug?
I don't know at this point because you're literally a flat surface at this point almost. So I don't know what to call it, okay? On your surface, there we go.
On top of your carpet.
They form
We're
on
currently
your
a magic
surface.
carpet, yes.
Yes.
On
He
your
can
plane.
show you the world.
Exactly.
No, that's if I was under.
On your non-Euclidean carapace.
It's the answer to everything. Just make everything non-Euclidean and it works. Hattie, you find a faint dwarven trail carved into the glacier's crust, leading deeper into the wilderness.
I'm going to do my best to quietly gesture. Actually, I have hands. I'm just gonna like reach up.
Wait,
and
I have hands.
tap Dimplum. I forgot I was that kind of dragon for a minute.
No, you're flying.
Yeah, but she has four arms. Like she still has legs and arms.
Yeah, I always
So they're just
find it
tucked
weird
up.
to think that dragons have hands.
Yeah, it just. Yeah, but then I do. So I'm gonna reach up and tap Dimplum and
Gives me
just
an uncomfortable
point.
image.
So they're mostly tucked up like a little loaf. Come on, you've seen cat loafs,
I know,
right?
but it gives me an unpleasant image. Dragons having hands. You know those little hands you buy on like weird shops and you put it on your fingers? That's the kind
Yeah.
of hands that I envision.
No, there's a reason Draconic is nothing but lines, because we tend to write it in rocks with claws.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yes, you will tap me.
yeah, I'll tap Dimblum and
Tap
point
up.
to the trail, and then just kind of veer and lock in.
What are you, a missile?
Target found.
Target acquired. Heat signature located.
The HD-22
Whoa.
is equipped with 16 surface-to-surface missiles. No.
What's ironic
Oh,
is
no.
dragons probably have a degree of thermal vision. Because most predators do.
I mean,
Especially one based around cold.
Yes.
Because let's face it, Red Dragon probably would not have thermal vision.
No.
Because everything would just be blinding white.
Yeah, it
Well-
would be really bad for them. That's why they're always so angry.
But-
They're blinded by the light.
Right? But a white or silver dragon would probably, yeah, be very equipped with, like, almost predator-style heat vision of just, like, the trail. So something along those lines is just Hattie is just swooping in and just continuing to follow this. As soon as it starts to, if the train starts to shift any, what is the train we're flying over at the moment? Is it just barren waste, or is it like
there's
mountain?
a train?
I
Terrain.
also heard the train.
I heard train,
My
not terrain.
apologies.
I'm going to be
Yes.
honest.
What is the train we're flying over? Wait,
We're-
what?
We're following the Polar Express.
Oh no!
Ah, perfect. I do want some hot cocoa.
Mm.
Oh god, no, not the hot cocoa, please.
Yes, the hot cocoa. All the hot cocos.
But yes, what type of terrain are we flying over at the moment?
The
Is it
cold
just
one.
a
Glacier and snow. It's the only terrain there is in this place.
okay? But I mean, I wasn't
is it
sure if we were getting to like,
mountainous?
mountain,
Is it
It's an,
the
it's an
open
open white
tundra?
expanse at this point. in
an
time.
open white expanse.
Oh,
Okay.
open tundra.
Okay. So, because like, yeah, glacial snow can vary a little bit as well. So I wanted to have the details. So if it does start to shift any, or if I lose the trail, I will land. But beyond that, I'm just following this trail.
Okay.
Trying to point it out to Dimblum without speaking, because I don't want to. Well, one, it's hard to talk and hear at these noises, or at these, at these, with this
You
ambient
can't
wind
speak
noise.
into telepathy. Yeah, there is a lot of noise and air.
And we're trying to
will-
be relatively quiet.
With a passive perception of 25, I'm pretty sure I will see what Hattie is trying to relate.
Can you lip read? Or is Hattie using sign language with her weird dragon hands?
She's- I mean,
Respecting.
there's something called body language.
Not when you're a flat surface and you're flying, there's not really. I'm gonna be honest.
No, but Hattie isn't a flat surface.
But she is flying.
Yes. And if she rears her head and flies that way, I will follow.
Okay,
That's fair.
fair enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can cast sending as if this
Yeah.
charade gets out of hand, but I think between just pointing we can figure it out.
Also,
'Cause
I
We both know
have
where we're going.
I have a 25 in intelligence. I will kind of understand things.
Can I have a
My
perception
intuition
roll,
is
please?
good.
Perception, please. Hattie.
No, okay.
Hattie. Perception. That's a 9.
Ooh. Dimblum, as you are flying over, Hattie is grabbed by a massive, colossal hand from the ground. Hattie, can I have a
right.
strength saving throw, please?
That we can do. Strength save. It's technically 2 higher than this because,
You're
so it'd be
dragon.
a 25 because I'm in draconic form.
This is
Or actually, maybe
contested,
even higher than
so-
that. We'll find out. See how this plays out.
You manage to slip out of the claws of this creature. As you look down,
So-
Dimblum, you will also notice this. A creature of... How do I phrase this? No, there's no other way to do it. Of taut skin and icy refrain with glowing, sallow eyes. And an air that seems to suck any heat from the air itself. Looms below as its clawing hand descends from Hattie, attempting to grab once more.
So it'll
Yeah,
grab me.
yeah.
As it's grabbing me, I just reach down. You watch a dragon's maw just tuck under her and pull it and rip it off and fly back a little bit a ways from it.
Are you going to attack or will you run?
That's a good question.
Do we care enough to fight it?
We know that the wastes are treacherous. This is just a thing that lives here. I think since we're trying to be stealthy, we run. So I think I'm just going to try to climb a little bit higher, risking it. Because we were trying to stay very low to the ground just to keep cover, but I think if we can climb out of its reach.
I will ascend with you.
Then I will need new stealth rolls.
Okay.
New stealth rolls. It shall be. It's a beautiful 34.
Oh God, it gets worse.
Do I get any kind of advantage or whatever from Dimlim, or are we going off of his roll, or what are we doing?
You will be underneath, so you don't get advantage from it, I'm afraid. You need to roll as normal.
A normal stealth roll. Hooray. Oh, not as bad as I expected.
You can be seen from below, but above Dimblum is obviously hiding it. Hiding you, rather.
Yeah.
You both have one action before I will continue with what this creature may or may not do.
I will not do. I will. My action is ascending with Hattie and trying to
How
look
far are you
at
ascending?
how far are we ascending. Probably
I'm going to-
not higher than 60 feet.
If you are basing on what I am doing, let me do
Yeah.
my turn first while you follow
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you do your
Um,
turn first.
Because what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take an action and a movement. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to, do I want to do this as the spell or as my natural ability? Because I could do it as both. Let me see which... You know what? No, in this form it would be her ability. That would just be the reaction that she would take. That's how she would react. She would not react with magic for this one. She had that one in human form for different reasons. So, action. Frightful presence. I'm going to, as I tear the creature's hand off of me, I am going to give it just the absolute business end of a dragon's death glare while I let out this just very low rumble as it sounds like I'm charging up my breath weapon and use frightful presence on it. So it needs to succeed on a DC 24 Wisdom save or become frightened of me for a minute.
20.
20. Okay. So, assuming it can be frightened, which I do not know one way or the other,
It can be frightened, oddly. It's immune to exhaustion,
would-
grappled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, restrained, but not frightened. figure.
nice. Well, it just shows the wrong target, basically, of this big thing flying over, but this big thing has teeth also. So it's now frightened of me, and then I'm using my movement to fly. I'm going to stay at like a 45-degree angle, so we're only climbing maybe 30 feet into the air. We're going to climb up just a little bit higher, and then just continue on our way, leaving this.
Are you
Dimblin,
fine
what
with
would
that
you be
too,
doing?
Dimblin?
I will. Again, I will really just ascend with Hattie to her designated height and not pay too much attention to this not Wendigo.
It's not a Wendigo, it's a Wendiglass.
Yes.
Hmm.
And now we have cursed Travis.
Yep, absolutely. Now, as we are climbing and fleeing this situation, can I get one more piece of information that I would like to ask and
Absolutely.
probably roll for? Do I see any signs of the dwarves that we are looking for around this area? Did the trail change? Are there a pile of dwarven bodies at the feet of this creature? Or is it just a thing that lived out here?
I'm going to do nature. Let's go with nature, because you want to know if this is a natural thing or
Okay.
anything like that. So
My
Nature
nature is
or
not very
survival?
high, but let's
I
see what
know.
happens. It's a 4.
you're unaware this creature is human. He's not human. Is a denizen of this place, or whether it is something more maleficent. However, Dimblum, can I have perception roll, please?
You can indeed have
To answer your
perception
question,
roll.
it could be a creature which just dwells here, or it could be something worse.
32.
Yeah. Because
Carry on.
I will say my initial instinct was this thing grabbed me, get away from me. But then my second
Yeah.
thought was, oh, this might have been the thing that's causing problems for the dwarves because we're going to help them.
It's worth noting this thing is 19 meters tall.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 32 in perception.
It's classed as a gargantuan creature. The trail vanishes below, swallowed by a frozen, closed canyon. Down below, jagged teeth of blue ice seem to glint. Clearly the air is not a safe place for your journey anymore.
So we're coming up on a canyon?
The earth calls you.
Let me see.
Technically,
Do
it's an
I
ice
have-
fall. Technically, it's an ice fall.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Do
It's a frozen
I
canyon.
have
Yeah.
something for this? No, I don't have anything for this. But I will, in a whisper, I will more or less just lay on top of Hattie and whisper into her ear. We should probably
statement.
go. We should probably go the rest of the way by foot. I see that it's gonna be troublesome flying further up ahead.
she'll simply nod her head and start swooping down to the ground. As we start to get closer, just pull off in a light. And stay a moment in her draconic form as she just assumes a kind of a defensive position, wings spread out wide.
You are some
As she-
120 feet, 300 feet from the creature that tried to accost you, by the way.
Okay. And he's moving away from me.
Yes, he is moving away from you, yes.
Because he is
Okay.
quite intimidated. So
At
I will
a
land
rate
and spin around.
of How fast is it?
wings fully out,
40
and just
feet.
kind of.
At a rate of 40 feet, he's moving away from you.
Hmm.
Okay.
So he's moving away fast then.
Fairly. You say that.
Somewhat, yeah.
Well, not
Comparatively
fast.
not, but no.
No.
Very
So I'm going
slow
to-
for us, but fast for regular people.
Land
Yeah.
and make myself big as a dragon and start backing carefully towards the, along the trail, giving Dimblim some cover here. As I'm
I
assuming more
shall.
of a maintaining that frightful presence of a dragon, so that the creature hopefully does not come back up on us.
As we land, and I revert back to not being a carpet, I
As you
shall.
resume 3 dimensions.
Yes. You
As
gain a
I'm not
dimension.
2D anymore, I will try to be as. I will try to look as graceful as I possibly can as I go into my normal self. I will try to. How would I? I will try to sort of form myself and then do a few spins like I'm slow waltzing with someone and then land.
You have to be extra, don't you, as Dimblum?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I mean, I can't
To
say
be
this.
fair-
Patty's very extra too.
This is a sort of battle maneuver. It's strategic. It's not just extra.
Don't help him.
Let's see how extra it
I
is.
provide the help.
It is
action. No.
very bad. It's a
very
9
bad.
before.
He's clearly very impracticed in this.
Yes. I have not been practicing my dancing skills lately.
You'll have to practice the dismounts later.
Yes.
Yes.
But for now, I don't see it because my attention is elsewhere.
Ahead of you, a deadly icefall, cracked and brittle, must be crossed or descended into. The natural paths you would usually take have crumbled long ago, and deep beneath lies a crevasse where voices seem to echo back. They seem wrong. The ice suffers, and their whispers continue. They have no impact upon your mental state unless you are affected by such traverses. You must descend, but not all of you may climb. Perhaps there's glint of the jaws like some buried god beneath, beckoning to those of weaker consciousness.
I mean, it is tempting to just jump down and then right before I land, just slow my descent.
You cannot see the end of the crevasse.
No,
The
but
bottom of the crevasse.
as I come down, I can probably see it as I'm nearing it.
You don't know how far that
Theoretically.
will be, though.
And Timlin falling for 3 hours.
Yes.
What the
It's
hell?
it's like Loki.
30
I've been falling
minutes.
for 30 minutes!
How far is his fall?
I think 3 hours is probably closer to the truth, to be honest.
Right. Do you have any ideas, Hattie, or should we just wing it?
Wing it. God, no.
Well, correct me. I
Oh.
think this was too narrow for us to continue flying in. Correct?
Absolutely. The
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
area between the edge of the crevasse is no more than sort of 5 feet.
Yeah.
Do we see the other side?
No. You can see the crevasse carry on, but the other side eludes you around a bend, twists and turns. You can't quite discern how long this chasm carries on for, but you are certain it is treacherous.
So is the
Yeah,
chasm
we-
going into the side of a frozen waterfall? Is that what's happening here?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was just trying to wrap my head around the exact scenario.
No, I know.
So we're not falling into anything. We're walking.
No, but there
into
is something you could fall into. So,
Okay.
ahead of you lies a crevasse that goes through the frozen waterfall. The ledges themselves are
Okay.
crumbled and damaged. Beneath is a crevasse which seems bottomless and endless to this point.
Okay.
There are small parts you could hang on to, climb up, or perhaps
Okay.
gingerly walk over, but the space here alone and the rather mercurial nature of it means it could collapse at any moment if you exert too much upon it.
I
Absolutely
mean,
fair.
for
Okay.
me, I could just slightly hover above this without too much issue. I can make myself almost weightless and still walk.
Well, let me go ahead and take your hand then, because I have a sort of record with walking over crevasses.
The ultimate enemy. If I can't kill you with foes, I'll kill you with the environment.
I will take Hattie's hand and let
No,
her
I don't-
lead.
I
Travis
have
is still traumatized by the bridge in Nimbrel.
not even Nimbrel. Schultz.
Bridges in general.
Sure, yeah, just bridge. Any bridge I give you is a traumatizing experience.
It
Let's go
was
with that.
it was the one in the one I'm thinking of specifically was the one in the temple, but that was before before anybody knew that she was a dragon, and she didn't want to just fly out or over it. So she was like, I guess I'm falling and seeing what happens now. And somebody ended up grabbing her.
Hmm.
But yeah, so point being, not a good record with bridges and over crevasses. So, she does have a few tricks up her sleeve now. Not in that tricks way. But yeah, I'm just
She's
gonna
got
go
a
ahead
couple
and
of
take
tricks up her
Timblum's
sleeve.
hand.
Just pulls out a tiny doll of tricks.
This is my
That would be really
casting
twisted
focus.
and amazing.
This is my casting focus. It's tricks.
No, don't give her that enjoyment. She would enjoy that way too much. You will get a
yeah.
tiny crocheted tricks at some point in time if you do that.
Oh
You
no, a
don't-
tricks
you won't know-
Kigurumi would actually be really cute.
You won't know if it's possessed or not, though, is the issue.
I'm going to assume, well, yes, always.
Yeah. Always good to assume, yes.
But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take Dimblum's hand, step in front. Is there anything I want to do to prepare for this? I don't think there's any. I think I'm already as prepared as I can be. I'm double checking if I have anything particular. Hey! Hey! Actually, you know what? I've been saving this for this occasion. I don't know where it came from, but it's been in my inventory
I
for
don't know
a
why I
very
have
long
this.
time. I have a potion of climbing, so I'm going to go ahead and drink that, because if I don't drink it now,
Since
I probably
when
will
do
never
you have
use
a
it.
potion of climbing?
I have no idea. I'm assuming from the beginning in the list of random garbage that I had.
No, I think you got it somewhere in Chult. You looted
Did I
it
get
from
it somewhere in
cultist-
Chult?
Yeah, you looted it from a cultist in a temple.
Okay. I was like, I don't know. I've had it for an age. It's like a basic potion of climbing. But it gives me a climb speed for an hour and advantage on athletics checks to climb, so that might come in handy here.
Okay, I'm fine with this.
We'll
Dimblum's
find
hovering,
out.
you're climbing.
Well, I'm taking a potion of climbing. I'm just gonna walk, but this is just a backup plan of like if I slip, I can grab things pretty well.
Can you both you roll on either athletics or acrobatics roll, please? And the DC is
Oh.
17.
Okay. Athletics
I know-
or
I
acrobatics.
love the fact you love the fact I let you roll athletics. I know this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I can finally roll athletics.
Is this related enough to climbing to use my advantage from the potion?
Yes, I will allow it.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Lars just enjoyed the fact he gets to roll athletics. That he never gets
Oh,
to do.
it's
Ooh.
very nice. My athletics
Finally-
is so high.
I finally beat one cavern or one chasm.
Yes, through sheer luck or through skill or outside influence, you manage to navigate yourself through the ice fall. As you pass through, however, you see on the other side a field of black ice, slick, glass-like, smooth as obsidian. As you loom forward, your reflections seem to move and contort. Some of the reflections don't move with you. The unnaturally smooth black ice magnifies every sound, every reflection. Everything twists and changes around you. This place is not natural. Or maybe it is, but more twisted in its nature.
I'm going to very quietly whisper to Dimplim, I've had dreams like this before.
I'm
Your
going to
eyes
very loudly whistle a wacky warnings. 37. Avoid cucumbers that hum lullabies.
Yep.
I think that's a reasonable thing to avoid.
The whistle has spoken. So if you ever seen a cucumber here, don't let it sing you to sleep.
Sure.
In the reflections, you swear you see a perception check, Dimblum.
I see a Dimlin that does a perception check.
With a cucumber.
Oh no, a Dimlin with a cucumber.
Dimblum just with a cucumber is Pickle Rick.
No.
I'm Cucumber Dimplim Morty.
I turned myself into a cucumber hattie. And cucumber Dimlin. It's a dirty
Like,
20.
Just to help with your visual, this is
Ooh,
what
nice.
I'm not sure "nice" is the right word, but fine.
I find this to be very tranquil.
You probably do, actually. I find it quite tranquil too, but that says more about us than it does the picture.
Yes.
A little bit.
What
Well,
monstrosities do I
Dimblum
see?
is rolling a dexterity save.
I am rolling a
No,
dexterity.
you're rolling a stealth roll. I've changed my mind. A stealth roll.
Okay.
Because you saw a cucumber that hummed a lullaby.
I'm hiding from my visage of a cucumber.
You managed
Was
to
it
suppress
double
the sound you're
18?
making. Right. Hattie, can you roll an insight for me, please?
What is Dimlim's visage doing with this cucumber?
You don't want to know.
Oh no.
A terrible roll at an 18.
It still beats the DC. You realize these mirrors echo thoughts, lingering essence of some dark cult tinge with the feel of Isengrax and something much, much more profane. Some of the
I
movements.
told you I've had a dream like this.
Yeah, you kind of have, actually. Some of the movements and changes seem to be twisted by shadow ice, and things reflected in them have no place in this world, let alone this chasm. This is a place of trickery, manipulation, and things that are better left unseen and unsaid.
So I'm just going to continue walking, pulling Dimlim with me a little bit. As, you know, encouraging him. I couldn't physically drag him if I wanted to.
You
Dragon
may
form.
encourage me.
Come
Even
on.
in dragon form, you can't carry.
In dragon form, it would be close.
Yes.
It would be a contest at that point.
Yeah.
Actually, my strength is pretty high. I actually stand a decent amount in this form, too, at this point.
If it's a raw strength check, I can't be under 40.
Okay, then I definitely don't.
Then you
But you
stand
could
no
still
chance.
feel... I have a +7 to strength, so, like, I could still... You could still feel me, that's for sure.
I could feel you.
Okay.
I could.
You wanted to call someone. Is there some kind of government operation about you two?
A normal mortal would be dragged. Dimlim would not. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and just...
It's good for you're all immortals at this point.
Right? I'm going to keep pulling Dimlim at this point, encouraging him to continue walking, and just lean back to him and just whisper, I won't say don't look down, but don't linger on the reflections. They are not all of this world.
Will Dimblum listen to Hattie's words, or is Dimblum going to be tempted to peek?
I will. For once, I will listen to the advice of
God
others.
damn it.
And I will not look down.
God damn it.
To be, the cleric of ice and death just told you to do a very specific thing in the Valley of Ice and Death. Probably a good
It
idea.
kind of is the Valley of Ice and Death, actually. Yeah.
100%.
Maybe I should rename it the Valley. I'm renaming it the Valley of Ice and Death.
I mean, yes, I will probably find your advice very sound.
This is quite literally my domain.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
start screaming
continue
domain
walking.
expansion in a minute. Is that the issue we're going to have?
I'm going to continue pulling Dimblum along because we are safe enough as long as we don't, like I said, as long as we don't linger or dwell here. It's a path like anything else.
Yes.
Weirdly enough, much like both ice and death at the moment, are but paths.
I love the fact that I've written so many allegories into this and you're getting most of them. I was reading Voltaire as I was writing this, I think. Oh my God. A final ascent, a narrow ridge, bridge, cross... try it again. A final ascent, a narrow ridge, bridge, carved... Why did I write narrow ridge, bridge?
What?
Carved... Why did I write that and not think
Ridge
how hard it is
bridge.
to say? It's a narrow
ridge
ridge,
bridge.
bridge carved
Okay.
between two spires of ice. High above a shattered dwarven banner still clings to a pole. And from the arch's base you hear drumming.
Is it? How does the drums sound? Is it war
Like the
drum?
natives are restless.
Okay. I will look out for natives, but I will not look down for natives. I will only look up. Up and around, but not down for natives.
Oh, but not down. Right, I'm going to give you two options. Which one do you pick? Option 1 or option 2? Between the pair of you.
Can we hear the options?
No.
Damn it. I'd say we go for option 2 then.
No, you have to pick one each.
Oh,
I'll choose option 1
I'll choose option 2.
because this feels like a game against a Sicilian with death on the line.
It's a game of chess with death. Hattie, can you make a strength save for the group, please?
Oh,
Yes.
Drees Dimblum does not get to make the save.
26.
You manage to
Ooh.
brace against the violent winds ushering themselves through this chasm. Dimblum, can you roll a history check?
yes, I can.
I don't think I've ever actually asked you for a history roll.
It's an 18. I'm not bad at history, actually. It's an
You reckon-
18.
You recognise the beacon flag as a flamekeeper's pole. If reignited, will grant magical protection.
I will walk over to it and touch it with my gladius of Everburning.
Each of you gain the effects of Fire Shield.
Ooh, lovely.
I don't know what it does.
I know vaguely what it
resistance
does.
to fire. I am pulling up the spell right now. Don't know why I said it like that. Ah, okay. We get 10-foot radius of dim light and 10-foot radius of bright light, in the order that makes sense. Duration for 10 minutes, though I don't know if that applies here because we will see how long it lasts based on
One
the
day.
area we're in. One day, okay. We have a warm shield or chill shield as we choose. Grant resistance to cold damage or resistance to fire damage. I'm immune to cold, so I'm actually going to choose the resistance to fire.
I'm immune to fire, so I'll take the cold, which I'm...
There we go.
Also
Yes,
technically
yes.
immune to.
Yes. It doesn't do very much in the heat warming apartment for me, but it's nice nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a nice. It's more of a nice gesture that we know that we are somewhat welcomed and protected here, and
Yeah.
also it lets us know that they have means of protecting themselves in here as well. Like this just gives us a little bit of insight into how they work.
Yes.
This isn't necessarily some massive boon for us, but it's a token of how they function as a society. Kind of cool. I like it.
We live in a society.
We live in a society. Anyway,
I hate the fact we live in a society.
Yes.
Racing against the wind does feel like a very natural Hattie thing to do, so I'm glad that I succeeded on that roll. So what is the wind just whipping around here? Is that it?
Yes.
Just because it's a chasm? Okay.
Yeah. It's basically acting as a wind tunnel, funneling all the
Okay.
icy wind. As you carry on, then you see it, half buried in white, its gates cracked open. Smoke thin and wrong trails up towards a pale imitation of a sun above the glacier. You've reached the forge, but something else has too. As you survey the gates of Kuldadun, there should be a place of fire and life. It seems cold and cracked, and under siege. The dwarves are scattered, wounded, some attempting to rally. Smoke, grey and bitter, curls from the shattered roomwork of the outer wall. Here you see a familiar face once more. If I can find him. Great Glacier. The individual who sent you on this quest, Kale.
Oh. Is he the source of the damage, or is he helping?
I know, it's a good question. You are pulled
I'm
into
assuming...
active defense against the cultists already breaching the perimeter. The outer gates lie split like a ribcage, old stone blackened by frost fire. Dozens of dwarves once held this ground, now only a few remain, clinging to the burning brazier, shields and shattered ballistas, and in the centre a lone figure stands cloaked in wind, arms etched with barks and frost. He turns and falls silent to a moment. This is Kale. You come with the cold bites deepest. Good. The frost fire has breached the southern tunnels. The runes flicker. If they fall, the heart of the forge will freeze in its sleep, and everything it ever made will die with it.
How close are we to this?
Sort of 30 feet of such.
I would like to silver fire in the general direction of the forge, but then make it heal the dwarves and Kale instead of damaging them.
Okay, how much healing are you giving to the dwarves and Kale?
Let's see. That is a 65
Oh god.
in a 400 feet cone. As far as it goes.
They seem slightly rallied, but still very badly hurt.
Yes.
So everything, these dwarves do
Understandable.
not look the same as you would anticipate them to look. I don't know if I have a picture of them.
So we're coming in like we're sidestepping into a battle. There's like a siege held
There is
off
a
as
full-on
cultists
siege
push
going, and the
against,
forge has been breached, yes.
and they push against the line. There's this, but the dwarves are holding like a secondary or a last defense of sorts.
To try and stop anything else getting through.
Can I see if there is anything else trying to get through?
At this moment in time, no. They've already breached the walls. These guys are just here making sure nothing else gets through. Arctic
Then
wolves look like
Arctic-
this, by the way.
Oh, lovely. That's a weird weapon.
It's two weapons, actually.
Okay. After doing my silver fire, giving them some respite, I will dash into the forge with my gladius and shield raised.
Kale will absolutely follow you. Hattie, what are you doing?
That's a good question. Give me a second here. I, the player, am checking my inventory because I have a thing that I might want to cast that is very expensive. I'm just checking what ability I have of that. Okay. Do it twice. Okay. It's a weird question. I'll hold off on that, but it's a trick I have. It's literally my whole point as a cleric. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket for now. I'm not going to use anything specifically. I'm going to go ahead and just I want to observe the surroundings because I want to know more about what's going on here before I act. Like, I know that I need to support the dwarves, but I want to know how best me, one person, can support these dwarves. So I'm going to simply follow Dimlim and Kale.
Okay. Beyond the gates lies a shattered courtyard. Frozen corpses of defenders lie where they fell, their blood frozen in mid-spray. Between them rune braziers sputter, and from the far side shapes move, hooded, wreathed in cold, their weapons gleaming with mirror ice. Around, broken vestiges of once useful dwarven defences seem damaged. Many dwarves seem to fight to those in front, but they seem to be huddling around the centre forge as if protecting it with their very lives, as if nothing else matters. However, around them, three sets of individuals stand, I do apologise. It's a dark dragon. I can't find them. One individual wreathed in ice and shadow, wielding an orb and a staff, casting spells at the dwarves. Two smaller individuals, each brandishing... I'm flicking between like 12 different stat blocks. Brandishing blades seem to be made of pure ice, assailing them. And alongside three small humanoids that look oddly like
Ainas.
tiny Ainas. They are actually the tiny Ainas.
I fucking knew it.
Assailing the dwarves
Bastards.
also. Yes, of course I would put the tiny Ainas in. Who do you think I am? Yes, they assail the dwarves. The dwarves are clearly struggling and clearly losing. They need help. They need aid. This is why Kale has sent for you.
Right, I will...
So how many dwarves were there?
There are 4 dwarves left.
As I get close enough to the enemies, I will actually cast Echoes of the First Tongue.
Song or song?
Tongue.
Oh, first song, yeah.
Yes, can they make a DC 22 Wisdom save?
They can, and however, I'm going to take a odd line
Are
of
you going to
thought.
counterspell me?
No, I'm not going to spell you. I'm going to give one of you control of Kale. Who would like control of Kale?
Is Kale a barbarian type character?
Kale is a humanoid Goliath. He is a druid, but he is more like a bear druid.
Okay, so Circle of the Moon-ish druid.
Not quite.
Okay, but that's just an ish.
He's more I will tear them apart kind of druid.
Okay. No, that's not Moon, is it? What one? That's Totem.
Yeah, he's probably
What?
close to a totem barbarian, to be honest.
Whatever that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totem Barbarian is what I am.
I was gonna say, I think you're already used to that playstyle, so it'd
Yeah.
probably go faster if Lars controlled him.
Yeah, I
It's-
can
it's-
control him.
Okay, then I will give you control of Kale. This is Kale.
Hello, Kale.
Are we supposed to be somewhere, by the way?
No,
'cause
this
I'm
is
still just
theatre
on
of
the-
mind.
Oh,
Cool. Just making sure.
God
This is
damn
I
it,
was
Kale.
like, is there a
Kale
map?
is a beast.
Kale is a tanky bitch.
Kale has 555 hit points and 22 AC.
Yes.
Good for him.
And a
Good for
17 strength.
you.
And plus
Yeah,
17 to strength. He is beastly powerful.
That's how you
Dude.
live out here.
Yes. Though, yes, he is very much.
You
a
asked me how many
strong
druids
boy.
there are. There are also... Is it 5 enemies? 1, 2, 3... 6 enemies.
Yes, legendary resistances.
Nice.
Kale
If we
is a
kill
very powerful
Kale-
druid.
If we kill Kale, we get 75,000 experience.
You are not killing Kale. He is an ally.
No, we're not killing Kale.
He's a very powerful and very useful ally as well.
Yes, yes, he is.
Well, I like playing NPCs, but I thought if I give you guys access to them, it's a bit more fun sometimes.
It can be, yeah. You know more about how he behaves, but also we've met him a couple of times. He doesn't really have a solidified personality beyond what
Do
you've already
you know
shown.
what I literally have written for him in his stat block? It says, Chaos speaks only when needed, standing like a mountain between the circle and those who would defile the land. In battle, his stoic, unshakable bulwark who wars to summon the primal beast in the north to stand beside him. Basically, he says nothing and kills shit.
Yeah, sounds valid.
Like a true barbarian. You have upset the land, you die. End of. There's no discussion involved. Yes, so roll initiative. And I will roll also.
Right. This is a 22 for Dimblem, and let me see.
I get
Ooh.
60.
Dirty 20 for Hattie. With a
Ooh.
+1, that's an accomplishment. Ooh.
I beat you. Hard.
I mean, yes. If we're doing cumulative, there's only 2 of us. Like 3
Right.
if you want to roll Kale.
Usually you beat me.
Yeah, usually when we do this, we have
Spelljammer.
bunkers. Wait, I also have to roll for Kale.
This one
Yeah,
is a
you
lot
do.
more
You do
up
also
the
have to
air.
roll for Kale.
Roll 1d.
And didn't we equalize
One
things?
thing,
So if you
one,
rolled 6, we should
one.
roll 6? Or,
So an 18 for Kale.
like, how did that work out? I don't remember how we did that. 'cause I knew we
I
balanced
think
it.
it said
I
we should
don't
equalize
roll. I
it.
don't roll with modifiers, by the way.
Okay.
It says +4.
Oh, hang on. There's
Yeah, it's not-
There's 3 of you. I'll roll 3 to be even.
Okay.
Just
I mean, you can
take
even
the
just
3
take the first
first.
3 if you want to.
That's 2027.
That's 56.
Okay.
Do
we
we
have to roll
beat it
between us?
by 4?
You beat it by 4, yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot closer when we do stuff like that. Spelljammer's the only one that we have
More than
bonkers
18,
shenanigans.
19, and 19.
There we go. You get to act first.
Okay.
Lovely.
So,
yeah.
I know exactly what I am going to do here. If you will allow me the first.
I'll allow you the first, I guess.
Okay. I am going to do 2 things and 2 things alone. I am going to... Actually, you know what? We'll take Dimblem with me. I'm
What?
going to go
What?
ahead and
we
put my
both said what?
I still have Dimblem's hand, I think. If not, I will reach
No,
it again.
because I dashed in here.
That's right. You dashed in there, then never mind. We're gonna do this my way. Dimblem's ahead of me, probably significantly faster on feet. So I'm going to, as soon as I see what is going on, that there's this last stand, I'm going to cast Dimension Door, and form literally teleport to within the ranks of them as they are forming this barrier around the central forge. So I'm going to cast Dimension Door and just end up directly in the center of them and say, reinforcements have arrived. And cast Bless on Kale, myself, Dimplim, and the 4 of them. So that'd be 7. Whatever level I need to cast it, I know I can make that happen.
Yep.
So I am trying to
I'm going to be honest, the dwarves are not going to help you. They're just defending the forge.
Yes.
Well, I'm giving them
We
hope.
can help the dwarves.
We can help them.
You can.
And then from there, I would get a better perspective of everything going on, figure out where to go.
It's also worth knowing.
But that was my turn.
Okay, right.
Around the area, there are 6 rune torches that the cultists seem to be trying to destroy.
Okay.
Approximately how far away is the enemies? It's hard to say when
They
I
are
don't actually have it
the
visualized.
They're harrying the dwarves, so they are about 30 feet away from. They're about 30 feet away from you.
30 feet away from me. Fine. I will use my first action to cast Echoes of the First Tongue, because I didn't get to do that before we started.
Yeah, no, I know. I wasn't ignoring it. I just need to. What's the roll for it?
There's a Wisdom, 22. In 120 feet.
I mean, I don't think I can make that.
Yeah, +4 on one of these 18s.
No, I don't. Yeah, I can't make that.
Okay, they basically regress into primal fear. However you roll that, losing language, higher thought, and tactical coordination, they act like beasts for 1 minute.
Fine.
And after doing that,
They'll have a wild look in their eyes now. I mean, they had a wild look anyway, but it's just more there.
I will then bonus action rage. And as I rage, I get what?
No spells for Dimplim.
No spells for Dimplim. This is weird. But I do have the primal pounds thing, which means I can move half my movement speed as I rage.
Jeez.
So with my blade out, I will rage and I will walk towards the closest enemy and I will slash.
That will be the Frostfire Warlock.
Yes, wonderful.
He's a backliner. He'll be the closest to you.
Would I get advantage since he's regressed into primal fear, or?
No, you won't, because primal means fight or flight, and he's going to fight.
Okay. But he can't talk. Oh god, fuck me, it's a nat 1.
It's still a hit!
Yes, but it means I damage myself.
You do damage yourself. What kind of damage was this? Blood?
This is a mixture of slashing and fire.
Which is so the chief one is slashing.
He's immune to fire
Right.
at the moment.
I am immune to fire, but it does 20 points. Actually, it does 20. Where the fuck is it? 24 points of slashing.
Okay. And you will take. Excuse me, I'm not finished.
Yes.
You have a festering wound. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 every 24 hours the wound persists. If it hit point maximum reaches 0, you die.
So after
So we have 2 years to address
400
it.
80
Yeah.
days, I die.
It's not very threatening to you, is it?
No,
I
and
need
also,
to
Terrifying
create
at
some.
level 1.
I need to create some epic lingering injury tables at this point.
yeah, also my gauntlets does this extra.
Oh,
So
lovely!
that-
Thank you for that.
Yes,
So
that's
I am
my-
going back to old school hit point monitoring because I'm doing an in-game session soon.
Okay.
I'm getting
And
little
that-
habits.
My 1 slash, and then my next slash is a 35.
I mean, that's a hit.
If the 1 was a hit, the 35 still isn't.
I'm gonna be honest. You don't even need to roll to hit. These guys have a lower AC than you're to hit.
Okay. This is 26 slashing, 14 fire, and another 5 for fire, and another 5 for radiant. Equalize.
For God's sake. Yep.
Uh,
My
yes.
mental maths is good and quick, isn't it?
Yes. Wonderful. What will Kale do?
Let's have Hattie go first.
Hattie has gone. Hattie did
tell
her
it-
thing.
I moved into the center of the forge, or near the forge, and cast Bless on everyone.
Oh, that's true. You did your thing, didn't you? Yeah.
Nothing interesting, but very helpful mechanically.
Yeah, mechanically helpful, but thematically,
You could add a
no.
D4 to those attack rules if you wanted to, Dimlim.
Oh yeah, right.
In case you didn't hit.
In case he needs that, really.
Kale would then run up to probably the same warlock and start hitting that thing. He multi-attack with his frost claws.
Yeah, Kale is terrifying.
So roll 1d20 plus 17. That's a 29.
That's it.
The 1d20 plus 17. I'm just rolling both attack at once. That's 2 29s. Lovely.
Nice.
It's another hit.
God, he does weird things. Okay.
I mean, yes, he does.
So roll
He's a druid of the glacier.
10 plus
Which he's a frost
9.
fail druid.
That is 32 points of slashing damage. Plus fucking plus 23 points of cold damage.
The Frostfire Warlock falls dead at your feet. Or the feet of KO, depending on which one viewpoint you are currently considering.
He getting torn to shreds between us.
Oh, he is.
There is nothing left of this thing. As he has 2 very big and angry barbarian type creatures slaughtering him.
Indeed.
Yes, he will then have. No, he will have 10 feet of movement left, which he walks towards the next closest creature.
Okay. Is that
And
your
that is
initiative
our
then?
turn.
The Iceblade champions will grab their blades and mutter something in Primordial. Did it be Primordial? Infernal, sorry.
No, that means. No, never mind. I know Celestial, not Infernal.
You recognize the way it sounds.
Yes.
I recognize the way it sounds, I just never bothered to learn the language while I was
They
down
will
there.
stab themselves in the stomach
Oh,
and become covered in fiery rime crystals. As even more crazed look appears in their eyes. They were crazed anyway.
I mean, this is the primal fear making them do this, right?
No.
Oh,
Didn't
okay.
they lose language to a degree?
They lost language and higher thoughts.
Yeah, but it still has the impact. They have a pact.
Okay.
It doesn't quite. It's a weird thing. They lost the language, but no
I get
matter
it.
what they say, the pact still bears, no matter what linguistical component it
It's a
has.
control thing. Something else is causing this more than them.
Yes, it's like
Yeah,
a prayer.
That makes sense.
They will attempt to hit Dimblum.
Okay. Good luck. Can they reach a 38? I'm just saying that now.
Actually, they can.
I have my shield out. If they knock 10-20, they can reach it.
In that case, can you roll a con save, please? Actually, 2 con saves because they're both going to do it. So.
35 and 32.
Okay, you succeed.
And you can add a D4.
Yes, I had a
He does
D4.
not need the D4.
This is why I said he can. He absolutely doesn't seem to need to.
The Frostling Raiders will begin to run at Hattie. These tiny, pale and white-faced creatures with icy appendages and black eyes will run at you with their tiny spears. It's basically like pygmies running at you.
Yeah. I am behind the line of dwarves, between them and the forge.
I know. They're going to attempt. They're not smart, okay? They're really
That's
not
fine.
smart.
However this works.
They have a
They
negative
have
1 modifier to intelligence. And they're really not
and
smart
they
now.
have regressed down to primal fears, which means attacking you.
Let's see if they can actually get through the dwarves. I mean, I really don't think they can. Oh, one of them manages to pierce a dwarf. Sounds so much
I have a
I'm going to
Potentially 4
use my
points of damage.
reaction because I absolutely never get to do this. I'm going to use my
you both
reaction.
absolutely never get to do today.
I never get to use reactions. So I'm going to go ahead and use, what is it called? Because I never do it. Sentinel at Death's Door. As a reaction, you or a creature within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit. You can turn that hit into a normal hit. The effects triggered by a critical hit are canceled, so it just becomes a standard hit.
So it's 4 then.
There we go. I never get to do it, so Hattie's just
fine.
going to have a flash.
The dwarf is still standing, and the creatures are wildly flashing their hair about and their arms, screaming inconsolably and completely and unintelligibly.
That's what I picture in my head.
I think noise canceling got some of that, and it made it
Yeah.
funnier.
It did make it funnier, yeah. It's kind of like a Murloc
it was-
speed.
Wild.
Okay, nice.
Well, now they've... For God's sake, I can't do a lot for 6 rounds. Fine. Play a turn.
Do they get to repeat the save every turn, Lars? What does it say in the spell?
It
No,
doesn't
they don't.
specify.
It just happens for a minute.
Because I know most things have a
10
repeated
turns.
save every turn.
Yes.
Not this one.
Okay.
I
That's up
will.
to you.
I will
asking you
walk
about that.
in the different. Me and Kale will walk to different targets, and we will unleash our fury. Actually, can I do that? No, I can't do that. Things are too close. I am massive AoEs, but I end up hurting others. Right. You will see Kale and Dimlin give each other a little nod before they run to each their target and starts assaulting them.
What are their targets? The mini Einas, the tiny Einas, or the stabby stabbies?
The stabby stabbies are our targets.
Okay. Well, I'm using bestial terms, so...
Yes, it's perfect. A 29 to hit for Dimblem.
Age check. Can I do it? Oh, I can. Your attack will be reflected.
Okay.
As a reaction, I can
suppose.
reflect 1 attack per day. Due to their bond. Dimblem takes 30 points of fire and slashing damage.
Yeah, I take 0 fire and 10
Half.
slashing. I take 10 slashing from that. Okay, I will then look a little bewildered and then I will slash again.
Yeah.
For another nat 1.
And still a hit, and you take some more damage. Potentially. You have a horrible scar.
I have a horrible scar.
The
Okay.
wound can't be concealed. You have disadvantage on charisma persuasion checks and advantage on intimidation rolls.
Oh, lordy.
It kind of
right.
helps you more than hinders you, doesn't it, really?
Yes. Right. Does he reflect both my slashes or just one of them?
You can only reflect 1, so...
Okay, so he takes this, which is 6 points of fire and 19 points of slashing,
Yep.
plus a beautiful 4 points of fire and a wonderful 3 points of radiance. And I assumed he was more than 10 feet away?
Yes.
Yes, that means that is... Unless bonus action... No, no bonus actions.
No bonus actions?
I have rage and great weapon master attack, which I can do none of at this time. Kale will then run up to the other guy and try to hit him. 1d20 plus 17. That's a 24 for his first.
I failed to reflect that.
Good. 1d20 plus 17. And a 24 for his second. This guy is consistent.
Of course he is. He's old. And practiced.
Yes. 1d... No, roll 4 d10 plus 9. 34. Roll 66. 34 points of slashing and 22 points of cold for the first attack.
Okay.
And 31 slashing plus 25 points of cold for the next attack.
That one is dead.
And it does not specify if things are... No, he actually have no... They only have actions and legendary actions.
Yeah.
So that's what he does.
Indeed. Hattie.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm letting the big boys do the sword fighting, and I'm causing the barrier here to continue improving. So, Hattie is going to simply look around her and seeing the tiny Inos charging in. I hate saying that out loud.
Have you seen the tiny Inas?
I have not. I don't think so.
You
Then
have
I
to.
need to find them. Carry on.
They're so adorable.
I'm picturing miniature versions of the Ring Girl.
You
No,
not
actually.
heck they're cuter.
Okay. The Ring Girl, but
Marginally.
kawaii.
The ring girl, but cuter and not just hair.
Carry on regardless, and I'll find them.
So, I didn't practice this exact specification with how the spell works, so I'm going to try it somewhere else first. Where are our current opponents standing? Because there's still 3 or 4 up, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where are they roughly in correlation to me?
Because
I'm in the center forge.
You have the dwarves in front of you. You have the
Mhm.
enemies sort of 10 feet in front of you, with 5 feet being the dwarves.
Okay. And then there's nobody else. It's just those left.
Yes.
Okay, so it's just the tiny Inas. Cool.
Oh no, sorry. There are
that's-
some. There is one ice blade, but he's kind of engaged by Dimblum. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he literally in direct combat with Dimblum, or is Dimblum
Yes.
just
I have been
pointing at
slashing
him?
on him.
Cool?
Here
I'm
are
sorry, I
they
was
are
reading
the
over
tiny Inas.
800 spells and not
No.
only half following what was going on.
There's the tiny Inas. There you go.
The one on the back
Extreme right.
right. Yes. Is the one I have known
Okay.
to be slaying in the sense.
Ah,
Oh, these are very cute. I love these.
they are pretty cute, to be honest. And you are right, the right one looks like Ina.
Yes.
So in that case, I'm going to let
Carry
these
on, I'm
guys
still
do what they're
listening. I
doing.
just need to desperately pee. I am listening still.
That's fine. It has shifted a little bit more in our favor than I thought it would, or quicker than I thought it would, rather. So I'm just going to go ahead and... Oh, that would be funny. It's not worth the spell slot, though.
Don't we operate with spell power at the moment?
It's not worth the spell points, though, either. It'd be dropping concentration on... yeah. It would be
Which
funny.
way-
It's not worth it.
I mean, to be fair, do we use the bless?
I don't think anybody has needed to use the bless so far, but it's always good to have up.
Okay. I need to use the bless against myself, since I am my own worst enemy.
That's very true.
Well, let's be honest. Dimblum has done more damage to the party than he has himself.
It's not my fault. The party is squishy.
Comparison to you, a rock squishy.
That's very true.
Yes. Squishy
An
as
iron
rock.
ingot is squishy.
Adamantium is squishy in comparison to you.
I can probably crush an iron ingot in my hand.
So I don't have the space to pull off what I was going to do before, so I think I'm actually going to default to
With
just copying
anyways.
my friend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my celestial sword.
If you're within 5 feet of me, you get advantage on attack rolls.
I don't know if I am within 5 feet of you, but we'll see.
You are not, but you have to walk to get to one of them.
Yeah. I'm doing my 5 feet of free movement because all I'm going to do is join the dwarven line. Since they are considered allies, I can move through their space, so I'm just going to move the 5 feet into the same line with them. And I'm going to go ahead and take 2 swings, one with each action, because Hattie is not built that way, but she is apparently a war cleric now. She's going to take a swing with her Celestial Blade of Celestial Balance, which is Solstice Blade of Celestial Balance, which is now more scythe-like, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely, where Caesar could totally spec it as a side.
So it's more like her pulling out this long. It's almost like her spiritual weapon, but a little bit different. It looks a little bit more physical now. You know what? We're gonna say it manifests on the end of her 10-foot retractable.
Yes, on the 10-foot pole.
Pole.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
she's gonna pull the pole out, click it, and it sticks out into place.
She
And
has
then
an
this,
anime moment where it goes. Chung.
it does that. Actually, worse. It sticks out into this pole. Like the anime moment is the pole, but then the shadow itself just kind of coagulates and begins dripping off the end of it and forms this kind of liquid shadow-looking scythe.
Is your name now
And-
Trix? This is a very Trix
Yes.
thing to do.
Hattie is death.
I would have thought
She
this
is
would be
death.
a little more holy or ice
No,
related.
Hattie is literally the line between life and death.
Literally.
Yes. And I picture that line to be sickly green and not black.
Oh, so you want a Maleficent moment instead? where I
Yes.
call the flames. I could do that too.
Yeah, I mean, you totally could do that too.
I could.
That's the concerning thing. And you even become a dragon already.
We'll figure out what the scythe is. Yeah, we'll figure out the scythe details later. But it's going to be, for now, it's going to be, we'll say, frost and shadow coalescing to the end of this 10-foot pole, becoming this scythe now. And I'm going to take 2 strikes with the Solstice Blade of Celestial Balance. I never built it in. Correct me if I'm wrong, since these are specifically ancestral for us, we are considered to have proficiency in them, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Do
Because I
you
was like,
want
I don't
me
have
to
it actually
build
built.
it for you, Travis?
If you would like, that would be amazing. But if you don't want to, that's fine.
They're very
I
complicated.
need
to do
stats and
this.
stuff.
Proficiency, strength, I will send you the details momentarily, is plus 13 to hit. What else does she get? Or is it just plus 13 to hit?
I believe it's just plus 13 to hit.
I believe it's
Say
just a plus 13 to
Just
hit.
plus 13 to hit. Just 13 is quite a
Just.
lot. But...
It's the same as an unarmed strike for her, basically. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the first one. That's a 19 plus 13, so a 32. Against one of the tiny Inas.
That's emphatically a hit.
It also crits on a 19 or 20.
Oh no. I think this tiny item
So-
might be Oblivion.
Let me find it again. It does. Oh, it had a plus 2 to hit because so it'd be whatever. Doesn't matter. 2d8 radiant or cold damage. I'll choose radiant. Oh, that's what I can do in addition to it. What is it? What's its base? Is it literally just like a regular standard sword where it does
Yeah.
like 1d8? Or
I mean, I
something?
don't know how your item works. It probably does 1d8 plus some radiant and colds. You have
Yeah.
to read it.
I can. I'm reading through it. It's 3 paragraphs. Give me a second.
I'm sorry that it's so...
No, it's cool. I just never use it.
It's not
'Cause I do
undead, so
cleric
you
shit
don't get
instead.
8d12 damage versus it.
Correct.
So you
But
don't
it is
get
a
to do
crit on a 19 or 20.
It does, but you don't get to do Severance of Soul, so...
No, and since we're going all out here and I rarely use this, I'm going to go ahead and dump 3 of the 5 charges into it to do an additional 68 of radiant damage. So it does 1d8 plus 68. I'm just going to slash roll it. So that's 7d8. That's critted, so it'd be 14d8. Plus
What?
strength.
Did you just say 14d8?
Yes, I want this thing dead.
It's not,
Yeah,
it's not going to take that much, but okay. You want it dead and in another life and dead again.
What do you think Hattie does?
You want it to taste oblivion, not undeath.
Plus 7 for strength. So it's going to deal 62 points of damage.
I mean, it's annihilated. You more than doubled its health with damage.
Cool.
It is no
it
longer part
ceases
of the
to
afterlife.
exist.
Yeah, it literally ceases to exist.
Dimblim, did you take damage? You took damage a little bit, right?
I have 10 points missing.
Did Kale take any damage?
No.
Okay. So, Keeper of Souls. As it departs, because a creature within 30 feet of me died, I'm going to channel its life essence into Dimblim, restoring his hit points for however many hit dice it had. So, probably a couple.
How many hit points do I get, Alex?
It had
How many hit
27
dice?
It had
have
27 hit points.
How many hit dice
Yeah.
did it have? So, that'd be
Oh,
like
God.
3 or 4, I would guess.
It's
What was it, CR? Because it's almost always CR.
It's 3d8.
So, it'd
So
be 3. You
3.
get 3 points, Bath.
Woo!
Not a bunch, but you feel a little surge of essence as Hattie scatters basically it
As you
into...
drag the soul of a tiny Ayla into
As I
me.
turn death into life, just not for it. Second action is going to go against
You're
the other one.
recycling.
Waste not, want not. This is all about balance and life. So I'm going to take a second
Or death.
attack against... Correct. Against the other one. So slash roll. I'm doing it old school way because it's easier. 1d20, that's 1s20.
You do
1d20.
know I'm fine with you rolling dice too. I've always said this.
Yeah, I'm just typing them into the chat because it's easier this way. Plus 13 to hit. So does a... It was a 19 again!
Oh god, yes.
Yay!
So this time I'm dumping the rest of the charges into it, which is slightly less, but I'm dumping the other 2, which means it's going to deal an additional, it would be 10d8 this time. Because it'd be 4, 4, 5, doubled, so it'd be
Oh,
10d8
God.
plus 7. So this one's going to be 59 points of damage.
It's again annihilated from existence. It's as if it was never there.
And as a free action, I'm going to look at the third one and say...
You next.
Actually, I'm going to say nothing. I'm just going to look at the third one.
Well, they have no concept of fear right now, so...
Yep.
They're already
return.
in a primal fear.
Yeah.
They are doing what they would in this state, which is fight.
They
or flight,
can't
and
be
they chose
more
fight.
terrified.
Yeah. Yeah, they couldn't be more terrified if they tried. Which is your action ended.
That's
I think
all our
everybody else already
actions
went.
done.
So, the Ice Cutter is going to attempt to... The Ice Blade, sorry, not Ice Cutter. Because I've written IC on, I think, Ice Blade Champion. I've written IC, so I see Ice Cutter in my head. It's going to attempt to... Yes, I know, which is to attempt to slash at Dimblim.
Good luck.
Oh, what? Why don't I roll 5 for? No, ignore that.
If that's... if it's...
38! I hit you, bitch!
Hey! You meet my AC! Whee! Now do your reaction thing. No.
That's 27
Silver
points of
mobs
slashing.
it.
That's 27 points of slashing.
Okay.
And cold, which you ignore.
I do take half. I only have resistance to cold.
14 cold damage.
Yes.
Can you make a con save then?
Did he take crit damage from that?
Yes.
No, he did not.
Because don't even bother calculating it, because I'm going to use, since it's a new round, I'm going to use my reaction, not Keeper of Souls, my reaction to
Just
do
when
the
you give me something,
negate
you take
crit
it away
thing.
just as quickly.
Yes, but I have an ability that makes me feel cool about crits. And this is the second time I've used it in the campaign, and they've both been today.
Yay!
Damage tease you.
Get
Get me on the edge of hitting him, then take it away from me.
Yep.
With advantage
Well, no,
on
you
my
still hit him.
constitution. With advantage on
removes
my
the-
constitution, I do a
31.
31.
Yes, you succeed. Nothing happens.
You can add
as
bless
ice
to that if you want to.
arcs from him. He doesn't need bless. Stop encouraging us. One of the tiny Einas. 2 of them are still alive. So
I thought there was 3, not 4.
there's 4.
But if there's 4, that's
There's
fine.
4
Okay.
tiny Einas. There always was 4. One's gonna
Cool.
attempt to hit the dwarves. Very badly.
I have
I'm gonna be
stepped up-
honest.
I have stepped up to join their ranks, so they can also attack me more easily at this point.
Oh no, I hate the dwarves more. That's a miss.
Okay. Ooh.
That's also a miss. And a miss. And a miss. They try and flail at the dwarves to no avail whatsoever.
The dwarves just
They are
shield
in-
wall.
Yeah, they are in shield wall formation, buffering them off. Which is
Actually, Hattie would have joined them because she has her own shield.
Yeah, so you just join the shield wall.
Yeah, that feels
Towering
good.
above them. Towering above them.
How dare anyone other than me be the wall?
Yes, he is the
The
Lord.
goal
I
of
really-
these people.
You
He
are
is
the
Lord of
wall.
War.
I am merely,
Yeah.
I am merely
Being
a
a
brick
wall.
in the wall.
He's just another brick in the wall.
Hmm. Right.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yep.
Now, is that all their turn?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't achieve much, but yeah.
I would like to. How heavy does this thing in front of me look?
Which thing? You mean the individual?
The individual that keeps on trying to, well, actually successfully attacking me. He's been a good fighter.
He weighs about 60 kilos.
Oh, I will lift him.
That's a strength contest. I know I'm not going to win this, but it is a strength contest.
On
Okay.
principle, you have to roll the
On
dice.
principle, I have to roll because there's like a
40.
1 in a million chance that I will succeed. No.
No, your 13 doesn't meet my 40. I will then fly 80 feet up in the air.
Are you
Are
going
we
to drop him?
indoors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in a cavern. There is not 80 feet to fly.
Okay, how far up is it?
30 feet.
I will then, with the speed of 80 feet, fly up and crash him into the wall of the cavern. The roof of
This is
the
some
cavern.
invincible shit here.
Yeah, you're literally just bludgeoning this poor fucker into the roof.
Yes, I thought I'd do something
How
different.
much damage does a roof do to someone?
Do we need
hang
to
on.
calculate?
No, hang on. You are moving.
Improvised
30
weapon. Improvised weapon. 1d4 plus.
I'm
Plus
not.
strength.
No, hold on. You're moving at 30 feet at the speed of 80 feet.
What would a 30-foot fall do? You could just do a 30-foot fall in reverse.
Mm,
That's true, actually.
yes,
3d6.
let's do that.
Done.
Yeah, I do 3d10 because I'm an asshole to you guys.
Okay.
You see, I'm an
There you go.
asshole to myself right now.
It happens.
3d10.
Is this
Plus
Plus
guy
strength because
survives
Dimblem's ramming him.
Oh shit. That's only 11 points if you go by
It was-
mine.
Absolutely thematic, though.
It was
Yes.
thematic. I'm going to give you Dimblem's strength as an additional, just to be kind.
Oh shit. Are you
What's your
giving me
strength
40
modifier?
damage?
No, what's your strength
Oh.
modifier? Modifier, you don't
modifier.
get your strength.
Okay, 10.
Oh, okay, but it does 21 points of damage. There you go.
21 points of damage as I
As his bloody
hit him.
skull crushes into the ceiling.
Yes. That is my action
As
and
you do this, the
movement.
blood that comes out of his skull and his mouth is frozen midair and just falls.
Yes, but you know what's
That
a
cold.
free action?
To drop something.
Dropping, dropping someone is free action. So I do that and I drop him.
This is just sick. This is like orca level bullshit.
Like I said, this is something from an Invincible cutscene.
It
And
really is. He's still
since
alive,
it's-
but very badly
And
injured.
since
at this
it's
point.
only 30 feet up, I can just cancel my flight and land on him.
How much does Dimblem weigh?
Oh, well, how much do I weigh again? Let me find out.
You
I
could just
am a
give
very-
fall plus
I'm a
strength
very
again.
light robot at 350 pounds.
Okay. I feel like fall plus strength is just easier,
4 plus strength. Yes, so
which is the
That's
same
100
3d10
That's
plus strength. again.
158 kilos.
yes.
Oh god.
I will
It's
take
not
some
good.
bludgeoning damage myself.
Do you want to know what happened when you dropped him and then fell on him, though? You put him back within 30 feet of me.
I mean, yeah, you did at this point.
And I
Oh,
realized, I looked up and I thought that her ability to channel hit points was a reaction. No, it's just if something dies within 30 feet of me, it becomes hit points.
That's 52. That's 52 points of damage.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
I took your weight. I divided it by 3, which is each increment of 10, and that's the damage you took. You will also take this damage. It's worth knowing.
53?
53. It's 53, wasn't it?
I
52.
think that's what you said.
Yeah, 53. I
52.
rounded up. It was 52.919.
Okay. And this is considered bludgeoning, right?
Yes, it's considered blunt force trauma for
Yeah,
the guy underneath
so,
you.
So a beautiful 27 points of damage to
You
me.
smash him into a pulp beneath your ass.
How many hit dice did he have?
Oh, screw you all. He has 10.
It's basically just his CR. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you get 10
I
hit
get
points
10
back.
points back.
No, I always write
Beautiful.
their hit dice.
Okay.
Yes.
I know it is almost 100% of the time 1-to-1 with whatever their CR rating is.
It's not.
The only
because his CR is 7.
Okay.
Like, if Kale dies, it's 30 hit dices.
Yeah. So if Kale dies, somebody gets 30 hit points, which I would probably channel right back into Kale.
Yeah.
Most likely.
We will probably use Kale to save Kale.
Yes.
Because I
Okay,
can
sure.
do stuff like that.
After doing my invincible moves, I then just stand
Poor
there.
bastard. This guy had a
covered in
family,
blood.
you know. He had a pension plan. He had
I'm
dental.
coming for them next.
He had children. I mean, they're sick, twisted, and messed up by the dark powers, but they're still his children.
I'm coming for them next, damn it.
That's what the tiny Inas were. Look what you've done to his children.
Ah, right. Is there anything alive next to Kale?
The two tiny Inas, I think.
Yeah,
are the
but so
only
there
thing
are
left.
2 tiny Inas left alive, yes.
Okay.
You cannot juggle tiny Inas before you even attempt it.
No. Okay, tiny Inas. Are they both within reach of Kale?
Yes, sadly.
Can I grab one in each hand and smush them together?
I saw this coming. I just pick them up, bang.
I have embraced my barbarian side at the moment.
I thought
You
about
really
it
have.
even as Hattie. It's too perfect.
I will pick them up and I will boom.
Right, I'm gonna roll 2 strength roll saves simply because I have to. It's going to make no fucking difference, but simply because I have to.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even get a modifier.
Oh, are they a +0?
Yep. No, that does not work.
Let's see. It's a 27 for the strength
That's what I
check.
told you, it does not work.
So I'll
Combined,
just
you beat both of them.
smash them together, and since I'm multi-attack, I think I can do it twice. Using them like tambourines.
That will be unarmed strikes. Or
Yes.
improvised
Yeah.
weapon.
Which would,
Unarmed strike is normally just his
Technically-
strength.
yes, would
Modifier.
be his strength modifier, which is 9.
It'll be 9 and then 9.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So 18 points of damage to the tiny Inas.
Jesus Christ. Okay, they're still alive. Just barely clinging on that you've been clinged onto by Kale. They are alive still, squirming away.
Oh, I get a turn too, don't I?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
There was a sense of foreboding as you said that.
Well, I was too caught up in the cinematography that you guys are playing out. I'm trying to think of what
The
would 'cause I know
blooded,
what would
crushed,
work.
and slightly limp Inas in Kale's hands.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
puddle which was a man.
We often forget that Hattie, as much of a human woman and cleric as she is also a fierce dragon and
She's
predator.
still a dragon no matter
So-
what.
This bloodbath is right up her alley. Like, this is fun. How would I do here? Do I want to just reap them? They're in his hand, so I don't feel
Did
right
you just say,
sticking...
do I want to just reap them? Is that a
Yes.
statement you just...
But could I have a scythe out?
You already have a scythe out.
That's what I said, I have a scythe out, so I
Yeah.
could just
Yes.
kill them with the scythe if I
With
wanted
a
to.
10-foot reach.
Yeah. I don't think I want...
You basically have
I don't
given
think
your weapon a 10-foot reach, no matter what.
You don't... We don't have to play it that way, but...
No, that's what you've done. It's got an adjustable 10-foot reach. This is what you have done to it.
There we go. It's nice. It's not game-changing, but it is nice to have.
Hattie's like, no, too close. Let's come closer. Get too far away.
Oh no. Hook them and then retract it.
Yes.
Oh no.
You can only do that if every time you say, get over here.
Oh.
You know, I think I'm just going to go with the simple one, which is I was going to cast a Call Beyond once on each of them.
Well, that should do it.
That probably will. So basically, I'm just going to set the scythe back and then trace my hands through the air as this sigil and arc of just all these fiery points of light form around me. And I just point at them. Watch as 9 points of stars on each one take off. I think it's 9 points
You know how
each.
useful... Is it 9?
9 points each,
They have
yes.
exactly 9 hit points remaining.
It's 9d4
Wonderful.
each. If they hit, technically I have to roll to hit for each of them.
I mean, they're
So,
currently
here's what-
grappled.
Yes.
They're grappled, so I have
so
advantage.
you can roll with advantage.
And I have a plus 11 on these hits. So...
Oh, God. Actually, let me
roll.
check their AC. Can you actually miss them?
The lowest I could roll would be, I could roll a 12 at the lowest, so it probably could.
A 12 wouldn't hit.
Yeah.
That does hit, though.
Roll 2, d20... Alright, roll 2d20. Cool, the first one's a... No,
Well,
the first
no.
one's a 18. It's the highest.
Is it hit?
I don't know how I want it. Okay. Tell me what...
Don't forget you have
here.
bless, as you keep saying to everyone.
I do have bless on all of these as well. So many dice. I hate this spell so much. I'm just going to roll 18 d20.
Then why do you use it so much?
Because it works.
It works.
18 d20. Can you tell me what their AC is? Just so we can finish this quicker.
14.
14. So any of these that are lower than a 2, but they're in pairs. So any of these that are a 2 or higher will hit.
That's all of
every
them.
single one hits.
That's all
So,
of them, yeah.
they're each going to take 94 damage. 9d4, not 94. Not that it makes much of a difference. So 22 points of damage on the
Dead.
first one, and
Dead.
21 points of damage on the second.
I mean, they're both
Technically-
dead.
Dead.
Technically, that's plus a bunch of stuff, because I get to add my...
Yeah, but they're just dead.
No,
Trav.
let Hattie carry on. It's fine. No, add your bunch of stuff. Go on, have your moment.
Because as a cleric, I can add my wisdom, I think, to 1 attack roll per turn. So I go to add like 5 damage to each one. It's nothing. I don't care. I'm tired of thinking. This is why I don't use that spell more, because as much as I like the mechanical
Point of it.
the efficiency of it, I hate rolling 20 fucking dice every time.
Yeah.
Which you would think I would like,
it's
but they're all for different
It's
things.
like Crown of Stars, isn't it?
Mm.
It's like that, but worse.
Yeah.
Because it scales by extra attacks. So it'd be like casting a 9th level magic missile, but you have to roll an attack for every single one.
You do.
So it's annoying. But I do. I take out each of... No, because magic missile automatically hits.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This one I have to make an attack roll and then do
no,
damage for
it
each individual
automatically
missile.
hits. It doesn't automatically hits. Yes.
Automatically.
And
How
we
nice.
determined that they have, 3 hit dice? So Dimblem gets 6 hit points back.
Yay!
As the tiny
As
Einas
basically I scatter their
fall
essence
limp in Kale's hands.
and dissolve into ash. Maybe, I don't know. That feels
Snow.
right.
Dissolve into snow.
Mm,
Which is
yes.
where it seems prudent to end session.